Gary Whitta and Derek Robertson assemble the Justice League as the world's armies gather for an all-out assault against the mysterious aliens which have shut down all of Earth's power. But without Superman or the Green Lantern Corps for help, Earth might not stand a chance. Gary Whitta really cracks open his series this issue with it all but confirms that what we thought was solely a Batman series is more like a Justice League story where Batman is one of the main characters. Since Gary is a screenwriter, the story has really developed a natural cinematic feel, really channeling stuff like Independence Day, especially this issue, the big attack that goes wrong and leads to a few main characters either being killed off or taken off the board briefly. But it also reveals a lot about the aliens as well as their connection to both Superman and the Kryptonian race as a whole, as they seem to have maybe killed or enslaved their race at some point in history, and this is all a revenge plot to get back at the Kryptonians for what they did. I'm looking forward to learning a little bit more about them in the next issue, as well as finally seeing where Superman is. Gary also gives a pretty good voice to Batman this issue, and I like that he's not the calm and collected Batman we usually see in these situations, and he feels the weight of everything thanks to being just a normal guy who has to deal with an alien invasion. So we see him do some very normal things under the circumstances, like snap at Alfred very briefly thanks to him being very tired and on edge all the time. It would have been easy for Gary to make him that sort of super cool, nothing phases him version of Batman that we've seen time and time again, but I think adding that little bit of humanity to him in the face of a large scale threat really makes the difference. Derek Robertson again does some fantastic artwork for the book and really stretches his action muscles this issue with a cool jet fighter battle, and I love how different from the really dark and gritty first issue it looks thanks to the story leaving Gotham and heading out into the open world with all of these different colourful heroes. Batman Fortress issue 2 was a fantastic second installment in this hidden Justice League story, giving us some big bits of plot information with some really great alien invasion movie inspirations for the action and story progression to take from. I'm going to give this issue a 9 out of 10. Batman Fortress issue 2 finds Batman meeting with the assembled Justice League at their emergency HQ, revealing the alien threat disturbing their power and communications. He knows that they have failed to respond to any attempts at communication, meaning they have no idea why they are there or what they want. Aquaman wonders where Superman is, and Flash notices even Jessica Cruz isn't there, but Cyborg thinks that Flash creeped her out by Barry asking her to friend him on Instagram after she blocked him. Batman stops the bickering, knowing that Kal is AWOL for reasons unknown and the Lantern Corps aren't responding to their distress calls, so they cannot wait around any longer. Wonder Woman details how the air forces of NATO and multiple countries will be launching a joint attack within the hour and they will be with them. Flash wants to know how they are able to coordinate an attack without radio, so Batman reveals they have found a narrowband frequency that is unaffected by the aliens' disruption, and while it requires military grade equipment and might not last long, they need to move fast. Hawkman wishes that Superman and Green Lantern was there since it would make him feel a lot better about their chances, but Manhunter knows there is one maxim across all of the history of war that is held true. You go into battle with the army you have, not the one you wish you had. Batman tells them to get ready as later over the Indian Ocean, the Justice Wing reports in to PACOM and their strike leaders. Batman tells them that they are there to help in any way possible as the jets arrive at the target location, spotting the strange copper-coloured alien ship. The strike leader says that he can't get a lock on the ship, so they'll have to fire with visual only, telling his men to open fire. Missiles they fire do no damage to the ship as Wonder Woman notices some type of deflection shield is being used by it. Batman tells the strike team to back up and let his people take a shot, but the Major refuses as something begins coming out of the alien ship. Cyborg scans it and discovers that they are some type of drone. The Major doesn't care, firing on them, but nothing works as one of the drones cuts his fighter in half. Flash thinks that was faster than him as Cyborg says that the thing accelerated to 99% of the speed of light in a femtosecond, meaning the aliens' tech is more advanced than they thought. The other fighters all begin exploding around the heroes as Flash jumps from wreckage to wreckage, reminding the team that he can't fly. He makes it to the Batwing as Aquaman leaves Wonder Woman's jet and attacks the alien ship directly, stabbing his trident into its shell. Suddenly it begins to consume him into it as Batman tells Flash to stick to the plan, wanting to get close so Flash can build up enough speed to act as a human missile and punch a hole through the ship. Flash wants to give it a go as the League head for the ship, and Flash launches himself off like a human missile. Suddenly, the drones attack Flash, blasting him and the Batwing as Wonder Woman, Hawkman, and Manhunter are consumed like Aquaman was. Cyborg continues blasting through them, but soon he too is attacked and is cut in half by the drones. Later on, an aircraft carrier, Batman finds Flash has broken legs and burns, and he'll be out of action for some time. The Major asks if Batman wants someone to take a look at his broken arm, but Batman knows he's fine, asking about Cyborg. The man says the divers recovered what they could and his techs are keeping him alive, but Victor is barely holding on. Batman is left to be with Cyborg, not wanting him to talk. Batman tells him that Barry will be fine, but Diana, John, Arthur, and Carter were all cocooned and taken inside the ship, knowing he's never seen tech like that before. Cyborg knows that he has, since he managed to get an initial scan of the outer structure of the ship, showing Batman that the designs are eerily similar to Kryptonian tech. He knows that it will be some time to analyze it further, but he is currently half the man he used to be, so it might take even longer. He gives the data to Batman, wanting him to find a way to use it and not let his death be in vain. Batman knows that he's not going to die and he can fix him up back at the Batcave. Victor knows it's too late for him, and Batman needs to focus on helping the planet and their friends, since if anyone can do it, it's him. Cyborg soon dies from his wounds, and later at the Wayne Manor, Bruce reunites with Alfred, thanking him for picking him up with a remote Batwing. Alfred asks about his arm, noting how the prototype biocast that Lucius Fox designed him will heal his arm in a matter of days. Alfred is sad to hear of Victor's death and that the fate of the others is now uncertain, but Bruce angrily snaps at him, knowing that it's not uncertain since he knows that they are imprisoned on the ship and he is certain he is going to free them and send the aliens back from where they came from with a message to never mess with Earth again. Bruce apologizes since it's been a rough couple of days, but Alfred understands, showing Bruce a message the aliens sent out across multiple Earth languages. Bruce looks at the message, which tells them not to interfere with their plans, but he doesn't even know what they want. Bruce figures this isn't a precursor to an invasion like he thought, and they need to figure out what exactly they need and fast. Alfred suggests that Bruce gets some rest, but Bruce knows that's not happening, causing Alfred to go and get him some food and coffee. With Alfred gone, Bruce opens the case he brought back from the battle, revealing he took Cyborg's head with him so he can continue his work. In Kansas, one of the alien ships lands at a recently sold farm. Entering the house, one says the signal is strong and someone was there for many years, enough to leave behind an energy signature, but he has been gone for a long while. Their leader knows that this is where he was harbored as a child finds them, telling them about the toy bear they have found. The alien tells her not to be afraid, saying that his name is Vigil. The girl says her name is Emily, asking what happened to Vigil's scarred face. Vigil tells her that it's a sad story and it happened to him while he was not much older than the girl, hoping she never will have to go through something like that. Emily's family find her as Vigil says that he comes in peace, while the other aliens demand to know where the Kryptonian is. Emily's mother thinks they mean Superman, but her husband has no idea what they are talking about since they just moved in a few days ago. Vigil advises them to leave since this place has been tainted and it must be cleansed. The man says this is his home and wonders what they are going to do, as Vigil says that he'll do what Superman's people did to his, as he and his men burn what used to be the Kent farm.